In the year 2000, the nations of the world were gathered together at the United Nations for what was called the Millennium Summit. And as part of their deliberations on how to build a more peaceful, prosperous, and stable world for generations to come, the Millennium Declaration set 2015 as a target date to achieving certain goals that would get the world on the right road to eradicating poverty and disease across the world in our own time. And out of that Millennium Declaration were established the 8 Millennium Development Goals that each deal with a specific component of the total phenomenon of what global poverty is. Based on that, each country of the world, whether it's a poor country or a rich country, is challenged to do certain things, certain measurable, imminently attainable things over the next 7 years now that we have until the time frame of the MDGs' original 15-year plan plays out. And the goal at the end of that 15 years is to have cut extreme poverty in half around the world. Extreme poverty being poverty that kills, that claims the life of 30,000 people every day in the world. Yes, I think the MDGs have to properly be seen as a starting point for how the world tackles poverty and instability. Clearly, we're not called to feed only half of the people in the world. We're not called to only lift half of the people out of disease and hunger. But we have to start somewhere, and the theory behind the goals is that by giving the world benchmarks, imminently attainable, achievable benchmarks, we can seize the possibility that's before us. People can see and understand that these are not problems that are inherently unattainable, the solutions to which are not inherently unattainable, but there are solutions. We have the resources, we have the strategies, we have the commitments to do it. We need the political will to follow through on them, and when we follow through on those, we'll have transformed a significant part of the world. We'll have transformed what the face of poverty looks like in the world and who exactly is affected by poverty. And that can then serve as a springboard to addressing the remaining pieces of the puzzle. I think one of the most important things about the Millennium Development Goals is that they challenge us to think about how other issues like conflict and war or refugee resettlement overlay with what the problem of poverty is in the world. And in the end, by seeking comprehensive solutions to the problems, you also get comprehensive answers and comprehensive results. So, for example, healing poverty and hunger have their own utility. Certainly to Christians, they're part of the gospel message to care for the least among us. But they also have the utility of making the world much more stable, much more secure, much more peaceful, and transforming the face of, for example, what conflict looks like in the world.